Hey everybody, it's a new year, I've got a new beard, but I'm back on my old bullshit. I accidentally bought another car. Right behind me is my brand new to me 1997 Cadillac Deville D'Elegance with only 77,000 miles on the odometer. Now you think this is a beautiful Cadillac with only 77,000 miles. It looks amazing. There's really only one cosmetic issue, which is this missing piece of trim back here. But then we move on the way to the back of the car and you see this badge right here.
Northstar gasket. Northstar.
Yeah, that's not good. But before we get to that 32 valve Northstar badge and why that may be a bad thing, let's just admire the beauty of this big boat. It's a big boat, but did you know this vehicle is actually front wheel drive? You would never know. You'd think this was an old school rear wheel drive Cadillac, but under the hood is that 32 valve Northstar V8 powering the front wheels. I don't know how they fit all that crap under there. We'll open the hood in a second. But in general, it looks great.
DeVille's updated exterior is an orchestration of smooth lines and curves. Its elegant and substantial appearance stylishly reflects DeVille's unique blend of full-size luxury.
Now you may be wondering, how did I accidentally buy a Cadillac Deville? Well, you see, I sometimes go on auction sites and I sometimes just put little random tiny bids in there, just thinking I'm never going to actually win the car. But with this one, I put in a bid and I accidentally won. So I know in a previous video I said I was done buying cars and I haven't really enjoyed fixing them much lately. I still kind of feel that way, so I have no idea why I bought this. I don't know, I guess I was just thinking cool grandpa mobile. I could buy a tweed suit, maybe buy a bunch of Werther's originals and hand them out to everybody.
I still remember getting my first candy from my grandfather. It was Werther's original.
Drive my kid to school in style and float around on a rolling couch? I don't know. But as soon as I made that bid, I then realized that this vehicle has the kind of dreaded Northstar V8, which if you know anything about these engines, they pretty much, at least the early ones, pretty much all have some sort of head gasket issue. Because the head bolts had threads that were much too fine for an aluminum block, eventually the threads inside the block corrode and there's nothing left for the head bolts to grab onto. Then they start to back out of the block, causing coolant leaks, overheating, and all sorts of other calamities. They made some revisions and kind of fixed it for later models, but they still had issues. By like 2004, they finally corrected their engineering mistake. So yeah, this car probably has that issue. I don't know for sure. It only has 77,000 miles on the clock, so I was thinking, it can't be bad yet. But I have heard of Northstars going bad with lower mileage, so who knows? Oh, I also failed to mention that I bought this vehicle sight unseen, so you're seeing everything at the same time as I am seeing it. We're discovering this together. So it's very possible that I lucked out and this vehicle does not have that head gasket issue. I don't know, it seems kind of unlikely. What do you say we find out together? I do know that the battery is dead, so I bought a new battery, so I'm gonna put that in. Let's just see if it starts, maybe top off the coolant. But first, we really do need to check out this interior. It's glorious.
We believe driving should be a thoroughly uplifting experience that recharges and invigorates you. This philosophy guided the design of DeVille's spacious interior compartment, which offers unsurpassed luxury, comfort, and convenience for 6 passengers.
I want to spend a lot of time in here. It's so comfortable. Like, oh my gosh, I want to sleep in this car. You could sleep several people in this car. It's gigantic. And even by older Cadillac standards, it's not that big, but it's still pretty big. Well, we'll spend a little bit more time in here after I see if I can get this vehicle started. All right, let's give it a shot. Why do I do this to myself? I could have literally just gone on Craigslist, found a Cadillac that I knew ran, test drive it, make sure everything was good, and bought that one. Instead, I bought one sight unseen at an auction, had it delivered, don't know anything about it. They might not even start at all. I guess it's for your entertainment to see how stupid I am. Let's go. The more I get rational about this, the more I'm thinking this engine probably does have an issue other than why would it have been sold at auction? I am really not looking forward to fixing that, but I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna make it work. I know it's not gonna be financially sound decision to do that because these cars really aren't worth all that much. There's not a huge demand for a 97 Cadillac Deville. So let's just cross our fingers that maybe somebody just decided to donate this car and there was nothing wrong with it. Wishful thinking, knowing my car karma, my luck, probably not gonna be the case, but let's find out. You may have noticed in the background this vehicle. Yes, I accidentally bought a Land Cruiser the same day that I bought the Cadillac. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a car buying relapse, but there'll be a video on this one coming soon. Not today, because I don't have enough time. I gotta work on that trashy Cadillac, so back to that. Okay, the old battery is out. I actually was just taking a quick look at this coolant level, and I'm a little concerned. Well, I'm just concerned in general with this car, but I'm concerned because I don't see much in there. I checked the oil. The oil does not seem to have any signs of milkshake qualities. I mean, everything else looks really good. Nothing like immediately apparent as being kind of broken. I mean, washer fluid cap's been chewed off. Duct tape on this panel right here, the fuse panel, but there's no leaks under the car either, which I find quite fascinating. Only the finest AutoZone Value Craft battery. Okay, battery's in, coolant's topped off. Okay, gonna throw some new fuel in there because I don't know how long this fuel's been sitting. What do you think? You think it's gonna start and run great? Maybe if I had a little bit more confidence, a little bit more trust in the spirits of the car world, maybe these things would work out in my favor, but let's just see what happens. No, it's not starting. Oh, it started! It started! Woo! It actually started! It's probably gonna run like but it actually started. Yeah, let's take a look and see how much coolant this thing is burning. Let's go take a look at the exhaust. My guess is gonna be like a lot of white smoke. Yep, well, that is the reason why this car was so cheap. It's got the dreaded head gasket issue.
Cadillac's exclusive Northstar engine is truly ahead of its time. It's the culmination of everything Cadillac has learned over the past 80 years of V8 engines.
So there you have it. I've once again proved it's not a great idea to buy a vehicle sight unseen. My car karma has not changed. Yeah, I am gonna get this car fixed. I'm not exactly sure how. The problem is you can't just like take the engine apart in the car. I mean, I know a few people have done that, but it's so tightly packed in here that you essentially need to lower the engine out of the car, take everything apart. You have to put brand new head studs. You can't just like replace the old ones. You have to drill the old ones out. So that's not gonna be fun. There's a reason why these cars aren't worth anything. There's a reason why nobody buys these cars, but these are actually pretty neat cars. Maybe we can save this and have a really nice grandpa mobile. What do you think? Am I crazy? I am crazy. So from everything that I've read, actually doing this job correctly could cost anywhere from $2,500 to $4,500. And that's because it's a good idea to replace a bunch of other stuff while the engine is out. You might as well do a complete reseal, do the crankcase, oil pan, and the rear main seal because they're known for leaking. You can do the job yourself for around $1,500, but I'm not smart enough to do it myself. And you do really need to find a shop that knows Northstars and understands what's needed. Many shops won't even touch these cars. I paid next to nothing for this Caddy, so if I spend about $3 grand and have a shop do the work, and it'll still need tires and a few cosmetic things, so still probably not a great financial decision, but when was I ever good at that? A low mileage DeVille in great condition from this generation might be worth $7 to $8 grand on a really good day, but many of them can be found for around $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on Craigslist, mainly because they all have or will eventually have this head bolt issue. And normally when the head bolt issue finally does come up, these cars usually just get parked or junked or sent to auction, even with low miles, because it's not worth it for many owners unless there's some major sentimental value for the car. But if someone does repair the head bolt issue correctly, these can be extremely reliable engines. They make a good amount of power and even return pretty damn good fuel economy for a V8. Once again, I've proven that I am indeed an idiot. I'm still an idiot. I still make terrible decisions, but I think I can get this fixed. I don't know why I'm so optimistic about this vehicle, but I just really love it. I love how comfy it is. I love the look of it. I love the fact that you don't see these anymore, mainly because they're all broken. But yeah, I mean, insane. 77,000 miles and this thing already has a bad head gasket. These were not really reliable, but maybe we can make this one reliable. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. In my next video, hopefully, I'll tell you a little bit about that Land Cruiser over there. And that one, thankfully, is in better condition than this car is. So yeah, hopefully very soon, I will start to tackle the head gasket in this blasted, dreadful Northstar V8. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck. I'm going to need every single ounce of luck I can get. Bye.
The Deville and Deville D'Elegance are powered by the 4.6-liter Northstar V8 engine, featuring dual overhead cams which actuate 32 valves. This delivers the confidence of 275 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque, an invigorating level of performance in a luxury car known for world-class safety, comfort, and convenience. The lightweight aluminum engine block and cylinder heads reduce mass, yet provide long-lasting strength.